and mix in his personal issues because Flora told him the truth. That what she sees is a man who doesn't want his wife to fly. She is seeing a man who is insecure, who is clipping the wings of his wife, and that's exactly of what she can see. And because he is feeling like a person that's under attack by his wife, and because his wife left the children for him to care, he now wants to get back at anybody who has a semblance of what looks like what he has been through. This is a pity. This is a pity because you see, you are a professional. You are one of the agents of the law. You should dig deeper. You should look forward and make sure that all evidences are proven. He now said, what exactly is she trying to claim? Why is she here in the first place? Why can't she just mind her business? She now said, look, I can't mind my business because I know that Angel is free. She is the one who's under attack. It is Kizito who is the culprit. And you need to try and understand that. And if you are saying that you want to drag this particular case, I'm going to expose you. All your skeletons in your cupboard will be exposed. That's what she said, like as if she was overhearing when Kizito was talking to him. That was how it looked like. And she said she is going to make sure that he also would pay for this particular, wrong situation that he has created. He now said, look, I don't even really want to know you. I mean, I'm just meeting you for the first time. And now you're trying to make it look like I'm the culprit. I'm not interested in knowing you. And I don't even want to bother about knowing you. All he has to tell her is this. If you claim that there is a case here, you need to go and get all the other evidence that will prove that this guy is really a culprit. If not, I am not going to give you any audience any further because I can see that you are just trying, to make a case out of no case. He now said, look, if you don't bring in the evidence and I see it, there's nothing we can do to proceed further. She now said, what are you saying? Didn't you see the entire evidence? Didn't you see how she had scars on her body? Didn't you see that she had drugs in her bloodstream? All of these evidences are here. He now said, well, I cannot rely on that because it's possible that it's fabricated until there is major evidence that truly this guy is a culprit. I am not going to proceed further. And he's not going to entertain any of such discussions anymore. Like she needs to go back to her drawing table and go and get every single information that is going to truly implicate this guy. Now, of course, I mean, the guy, his objectivity has been beclouded by the supposed bribe he's going to receive in the evening. But he's still speaking something that is logical because everything that they have brought right now have been done by somebody else. What if she's the one that took that drug by herself? Because celebrities take drugs. They use them from time to time. He knows that. Probably his wife was taking drugs. And if you're talking about the scars on her wounds or her body, what if it was somebody else that inflicted that injury? She now said, okay, if that's what you want, I will go the extra mile to go and get every single information. And when I get it, I will throw it at your face. That's what she said. And the guy was looking at her and she said, I am going to do it. I will go the extra mile. And you will have no other choice but to prosecute this man. And the guy was just so disgusted because he was like, that's how they all go around, lose women without any form of decency, going around. They can't even be homemakers. Can you see how he's judging her because of his own personal experiences? Please, let's not allow this kind of things happen. You don't judge a book by its cover. You need to dig deep. She said, no, this girl or this lady will never be able to keep her home. That is wrong of you to say, DPU, and you definitely will pay. He said, look, if she doesn't bring any form of proper evidence, he's going to crush it with his foot. And that's what he showed. He entered his car and he left. Now we see Kizito right still in the office of the DPO. He came out and said, are you still here? I can't believe you're still here. Can't you see that he is not a soft meat to chew? Can't you see that he is not a very soft, rock to crack? Can't she see that? She now said, yes. She can see it. And he was like, so why are you still going ahead with all of these hanky pankies and trying to make a case out of no case? It's just gonna fall flat. She said, well, you think you have won right now, but this is just the beginning. That consistent dripping of water can make a stone to crack. So let him keep on doing whatever he wants to. She's gonna come back bitter and better and do what she needs to do. He now looked at her that what exactly is she talking about? As they were talking, Flora came in and said, are you still talking with this evil guy? This guy that almost killed you? What are you saying? It's time for them to go. Let me take you to your mother's place. He now said, what are you talking about, Flora? This is my wife. I have a right to her. You can't take her and whisk her away to somewhere else. She now said, look, she is going home with me. That is it, because she's my wife. She now said, no, she brought her, so she's going to take her back. And whatever you say is not going to hold water. I have to hear from her. She's an adult. Let her tell us what she wants. She now asked Angel. Angel now said, look, I really appreciate all that you've done for me. But I just want you to know that I still need to go back home. The guy was now smiling because he was happy to hear that Angel was going back home. She now said, look, no matter what it is, I'm going to go back home. And of course, Kisito was very happy to hear that statement. She now looked at him and said, oh, he thinks he's won, but no problem. I was never taught to look back and run away from challenges. I was taught to face my challenges. Then Flora said, this could be a mistake. Don't go back to the place where you ran away from. She said, well, it may come off as a mistake initially, but I need to go back and fight. I need to go back and reclaim my territory. I need to go back and do what I need to do. Okay? She said, oh, at least would you give me the opportunity to drop you at home? He now said, no, 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 no. You're not going to take her with you. I'm going to take her with me. She now said, look, no matter what you're doing, you need to put in place the right strategies. Of course, she definitely knew that she was going to talk with Angel while she's in her car. And the guy said, no, you're not taking her with you. I will take her home. She now said, no, you are not taking her home. I will take her home. At least I will do that to finalize. She now said, would you allow me to take you home? She said, okay, that's fine. And she went away with Flora. And of course, Kizito was so angry. Can you see how he was just, just looking like, what is this? How could this lady, how could Angel make a fool of me right in front of Flora? It was like he felt so humiliated. And then he began to point fingers at that means I'm gonna deal with you when I get back home. But he doesn't know that Angel is a different person now. At least we thank God that the substances in her body have been cleared and she is now wide awake. Now we come to the house and we see the mother, the evil mother, in the sitting room sitting down. And then she saw Angel come inside the room. As she came in, she also came along with a friend, and she was like, who and what and why do we have this person in this house? Angel asked her, are you talking to me? She said, yes. Why are you now bringing this other person into the house? She said, well, the person I'm talking to knows herself very well and she needs to tell her why she is here. She now said, oh, I can see you have a newfound friend, right? Is this the person you were gaming with right now? Can you just imagine that? This person of all people who's going to ruin your home for you? She said, what are you talking about? I don't even know who you're referring to. How can you talk that way about her? She said, oh, this person has no good intentions for you. She now switched and said, look, I can see that you have tried to arrest my son for the past few days, but I'm sure you can see right now that he's no person that you can randomly arrest. Can you see that? He said, well, that's true. That is true. I mean, I can't randomly arrest him, but she now said, surely she will arrest him. And she needs to get that into her brain. And then do you know what happened after she told her she needs to get this really important information into her brain? Then the mother looked, smirked, and then she looked right into her eye. Did you get it? Then even Kisto was looking at what has come over this girl? She really has so much confidence. But you see, after she asked that question, Flora now faced her and said, look, she can't get it because because she thinks she can run away with her crimes. But it gets to a point where nobody who is an evil doer will be able to get away from whichever crimes they have committed. And because right now she is delusional. She doesn't know what she can do and what she cannot do. So that's why she cannot understand it. So as far as she's concerned, justice comes, justice will happen, and at the right time. So the mother now looked at her, and then even Kizito began to clap. That what a wonderful speech. You spoke so well. That's interesting. So now that you have spoken, get out of my house. Because after you have brought her, what else do you want to do here? It's time for you to go. Time for you to leave. Bye bye. Leave, leave, leave. She now said, oh, you want me to go? That's fine. I'll leave. But what she's going to tell him is that, look, she believes that Angel has everything it takes to fight back. And she's not going to allow any evil happen to her. Can you see the way the mother is smirking her face? And even Angel was looking. And she now told Angel, Angel, I'm just a call away. I'm just a call away. Just in case anything happens to you, make sure you let me know. Of course, they don't know she has a phone. They don't even know where she kept it. And of course, Angel knows that she can reach, Flora at a twinkle of an eye. That's how it is. Then she now looked at them and said, look, take a good note of this. Angel can never be put down. She is not going to allow herself to be put down. Then she now faced her and said, oh, Flora, so now you can talk. You have the voice, you have the might to talk. That's interesting. She said, yes, I can talk because I've kept quiet for too long. I've allowed you to just keep me quiet. Then Kizito now looked at her strongly and said, oh, this is it. You can see how this is going on, right? This is the villain. He is the evil guy. The mother said, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? That this is the evil? He said, yes, it's an evil guy because anyone who lives in this house is the worst place for them to ever live. It's the worst place. It's worse than even being on the highway because you can get knocked out and killed. And then the mother now looked at her and said, oh, yes, I can see you've gathered a lot of confidence. She said, yes, it's time for her to speak out because she's kept quiet for too long. And she's not going to allow that happen to Angel in any way. Kizito began to smile and said, look, you think that what I did to you years ago cannot reoccur again? He said he silenced her the last time years ago, and he's about to do the same thing. Then when he said that, Angel was shocked that, are you threatening Flora right in front of me? I can't believe you just said that. You want to silence somebody? How wicked can you get? He now said, oh, Angel. She said, oh, Angel, you need to stay out of this. It's not your business. She said it's her business because she's her friend. Yes, Flora is now her newfound friend and she stands by her friends. Can you just imagine that Kizito could not believe what he was hearing? He took off his glasses and said, really? Your friend? You better choose your friends wisely because you see, this person has no other intention of making everything right for you. She has the only intention of ruining your home. She now looked at him with a stern face and said, what are you saying? Do you call this place a home? This is not a home. It's just a building. And we are just cohabiting in this building for a short period of time because very soon it's going to end. Can you see the way she spoke back to Kizito? She's like, yes, I'm going to put an end to this crap. All of this evil that's going on, we're going to silence this evil. And you will not have the upper hand any further. Do you want to run away with everything? You can't achieve that. You just cannot achieve that. And I'm going to prove to you that this time around, you cannot run away. You cannot achieve your aim. Oh, no, 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 no. Everything is going to come crumbling. I'm going to deal with you. That's what she said. He now said, oh, is that what you were saying? And then the mother was even surprised that she had such guts to speak like that. Yes, I know what I'm saying, and I'm going to implement every single thing exactly that way. And then the mother was taken aback, and as she was taken aback, she left, just stormed out of them them and left. In fact, even Kizito couldn't believe that she did that. He now ran after her upstairs. What is he going to do to her this time around? We don't even know. I hope he's not going to start trying to beat her, but I know she's got something up her sleeve. Even the mother was looking at her like, what next right now? You can see the mother, she didn't even know what to do. And of course, Flora was looking at the mother too in a very bombastically look. Then both of them were looking at each other. She now left. And then the mother called out to her that, come, what is it? Name your price. She was like, what do you want to take right now? I am willing to pay you up. What do you want to take right now? I am willing to pay you off. What will you take? She was like, what? Are you talking to me? Are you trying to address me? Are you trying to bribe me? Are you trying to buy me over? What exactly is happening? She said, yes, I want to buy your dignity. I want to buy your silence. I want to buy whatever everything that you have left. I want to buy it. And it's time for you to stay away from Angel because her grandchild is kicking in Angel and she doesn't want her to come close because she represents everything that will bring evil to Angel. Can you just imagine the evil mother trying to accuse Flora? That's just so terrible. She now said, what? I am here to take care of Angel. I'm here to protect her. And you are now coming up with a new information saying that you are taking care of Angel. How could that be? Have you so quickly forgotten what you did in the past? Have you so quickly forgotten that you were not able to save your own grandchild years ago? She said, look, name your price. Whatever you want to do, I'm going to pay it. She said, no. You were not able to buy me last time. So why do you think you can buy me this time around? What do you think? You think you can come here, begin to ramble and make me look like as if I'm the bad one? You were not able to save your grandson. Instead, you decided to protect your son. You were not able to give justice to your son. Now you are the one who is trying, to protect Angel's child. How dare you talk like that? That is not going to work. It is not going to work. Now, look, you think you are delusional? I'm going to let you know that this is not going to ever happen. She now said, look, whatever you've done in the past is in the past. But this time around, I am here to help Angel. I am here to make sure that Angel doesn't get, defeated by you. And I must let you know, it looks like as if you're confused. You're confused, right? Tell me more. The mother now said, what do you think? I couldn't have done any other thing less than that. I couldn't even have saved the grandson because he was already dead on arrival. What do you think she would have done? There was nothing she could have done. But now, Angel's child is still alive and kicking, and she is going to do everything to save that child. She now said, name your price. I am ready to pay. Then Flora now took a look and said, well, maybe you should make an offer and I would probably consider it. Look at Eve's eyes popping open that how can her boss stoop so low to be bought over by this mother? No, why would you do this? She now said, name your price. Name your price. Eve was wondering what's going on here. She now said, okay, 1 million naira. How can you be so cheap? I can't believe that you can be so cheap. How can you be playing so cheap? We're talking about a child here. She now said, okay, let's do 5 million. She said, oh dear, we're talking about the safety of a child here. And you're talking about 5 million? She now said, okay, let's do 10 million. 10 million. That's what the mother now said. She now said, well, let me just shock you. I can see you don't even have the money to pay. So there's no discussions we can have here. Maybe if you added a couple of zeros, maybe you could make it 100 million or maybe a mil or a billion. Maybe I would consider it. But for now, there's no discussion here. And for your information, I am going nowhere. I am going to stay put here and going to make sure that I find justice for Angel because you are evil. You are evil and I'm going to do everything to bring you down. Yes, you think I can never come up again? I am here. And this time around, I am going to get you. I am going to pull you down and I'm going to ruin you. The mother was like, what are you saying? She now began to stare at her. And when she stared at her, she was so annoyed. She was going to try to grab her, but she couldn't. She couldn't because she knows if she does that, that will be the end. Oh my God. She now said, oh, what a pitiable situation. like mother, like son. Can you see the way she demonstrated here? Just like the way Kizito behaves. That's exactly what happened.